Hello my friends, hello to all of you from Abu Simbel. Abu Simbel city is one of the very far cities of Egypt in the south borders. We are very close to the Sudanese borders, about 30 kilometers. Also, Abu Simbel city is one of the cities of Aswan province or governorate. So we are here in this site, this unique site of ancient Egypt, Abu Simbel temples. There are two temples, not just one. This temple and that one there. The first temple, according to the writings, was built by Ramses II, and it was dedicated to Nefertari. And the second temple was dedicated or built to dedicated to Hathor, and also the wife of Ramses II, Queen Nefertari. This is one of the unique temples of Egypt, because it was completely carved into the stone. It is not constructed blocks or stones brought from a different location and then they built the temple. No, it was once like a natural mound, and they start the carving. Every single detail and every inch, every centimeter is carved from the bedrock. Okay, let's go closer and have a better look to the temple. We can see four giant statues. One is broken. The height is about 20 meters, and above the statues we can see the cartouches and the titles of Ramses II. Two statues on the right, two statues on the left, and in the middle this is the main entrance of the temple, the only entrance. We can see the seated statues and the significant crown. We call it the double crown of Egypt above the headdress. We call it the nemes. This is one of the I will not call it strange, but not usual type of showing the crown of Egypt. It is normally one thing above the head, the crown or the headdress. And by the way, we must have a view for the lake, Nasser Lake, the biggest artificial lake in the world. That lake became this super size because of the construction of the high dam in the 60s, and that caused the high level of the water behind the dam, and that's why the lake getting bigger and higher. And that is why also we had to rescue the temple, because the temple was in a low level and the water was about to invade the location and the temple would be drowned. So it was a international call, and the UNESCO helped us, I think, with more than 30 countries, and the work started 1964, ended 1968. And they cut the whole temple, and they had to build like an artificial island above the original location, and then they rebuilt the blocks and reshaped or reconstructed the temple again. I think if we look closer we can see the cut marks like here, and also it is very clear here in this shape. I think they cut the big temple to 1200 pieces and the Nefertari temple to 800 pieces. Most of the visitors realize that the faces of the three statues are not the same or not identical. We are not very sure about the reason. Is that because they wanted to show the king in different ages, maybe? This is the head and the face of the broken statue. As you can see, this is the forehead and the ears, and that is the crown. We can see between and next to the legs the family of Ramses II, his son Kha'im Wasit, his wife, and his daughter, who became a wife after her mother died, Merit Amun, Nefertari. Nefertari is the royal mother, and Merit Amun is the daughter. This now is Queen Nefertari, and you can see her name is written next to her leg. Okay, let's get closer. Also, one of the very important and famous scenes here, what they call it the prisoners scene. They show different features, or like people are being tied from their neck and their hands from the backside. Also, here they call them, those people, the Asians, and the other side they call them the Nubians or the Africans. And there is a claim that the first three are ladies because of the extra shape of the breast. Maybe the same here. I don't agree with this. They are all males, and I think those are the chiefs, the leaders of each group. And maybe because they are leaders, so they are eating much. That's why they have more fats than the others. Also, I'm not very sure about the story of prisoners. Okay, because look, what they are tied with is lotus flower. Okay, and papyrus plant. See? All of them. And also, one of the extraordinary things, I realized that they have earrings. Not all of them, some. And if you look to the famous symbol, the Khawr al-Samatawi, we can see the air pipe and the lungs tied or connected with lotus and papyrus. So I think what they call them prisoners, they are connected like the Samatawi with lotus and papyrus. This is the title, Rakhti. And here we can see the titles of Ramses II. The first one, Nisubiti, Usur Ma'at Ra, Usur Ma'at Ra, Sitib in Ra. The powerful justice of Ra, chosen by Ra. And this is the birth name, Sa-Ra, Ra-Mis, Ra-Mis, Mri-Amun. Ra-Mis, the child or the birth of Ra, beloved of Amun. And this is the Neter, the temple dedicated to Ra-Hurakhti. So he is also beloved of Ra-Hurakhti. And this is a look inside the temple. The style of the statues with the shape of Osiris. And that is the far end, the Holy of Holies. And this is the famous key of the temple, designed to look like the key of life. And now we came to the second temple. Some people, they call it the small temple. This is the temple of Queen Nefertari. Let's get closer. We will see Ramses II, of course. And they designed the shape of Neter Hatur. But Nefertari was represented to look like Hatur shape, and this is the name Nefertari. The beautiful creation. Also the same story, that the whole temple is carved into the mountain, and also was part of the rescue mission in 1964, and it was cut to around 800 pieces and then was reconstructed in a higher level. The beloved queen. And we can see she had earrings. But there is no stories about any alignment with the sun to this place. And this is the Holy of Holies. Okay.